dreams you had as a child matter so much, even right now. You see, when you told your mother or your parents that, Mom, I want to be a pilot. Mom, I want to be a painter. Mom, I want to live on the beach, you weren't just a kid foolishly saying it. There was something in your soul that made you have those ambitions. But unfortunately for some of us, we grew up in environments where we were made to believe that some of our dreams were unrealistic. We grew up in homes where there was a ceiling above our heads, and we had so much limitations as to what we believed was possible, you know. And now we're adults who do not have any ambitions. We're just trying to find a job, get a check, get stuck in the rat race, even though we were, ambitious people at some point. And now we don't even know what we're doing with our lives. We do not even know what is in store for us for the future or what we want to do. Let me tell you a story. I used to tell my mother that I wanted to be a pilot. That was my long life dream as a child. Like, that was my dream as a child. I remember we once visited the airbase in my country, and I saw the flights taking off. I saw, the fighter jets and everything. That was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I think, like, even now, it's one of the most beautiful memories I have. When my mom passed on, life changed, and I couldn't say all those things because I was around people who, even when I was about to leave for, Europe, when I was applying for schools and everything, I'd say this, they're like, why are you like this? You're always setting yourself, these useless, like milestones and whatever. I, I was so depressed for a long time because I just wasn't in the environment that could help me grow into the person that I felt like I deserved to be, the person that I saw myself as, you know. Now that I moved to Europe, now it's been like 3 years, I can dream as much as I want, and I realize that at the core of everything, you know, this is the most beautiful thing that I did, I think, this week. I always write down my goals. I put like this notepad, like this notebook. I always write down like the things like about my YouTube channel and everything. And then one of my long term goals is to open an orphanage. I was thinking about charity work. I was like, I need to I would like to open an orphanage. As I was writing and jotting, this memory felt like something that I had thought of before, until I realized that when I was a child, I've always talked about, wanting to open an orphanage, wanting to adopt children. I was like, wait, what? And this really, triggered me in a way. I started thinking so much about the dreams that I had as a child. Even though it's been years since I ever thought of, like opening an orphanage, doing charity work. I ended up like creating those same plans, years later without even connecting the dots at first. This really made me realize that it's time to connect with my inner child. You know, one of the girls I was with over the years since I came here, she would go for like a therapy like way before I started, and she told me so much about her, like what her therapist said in terms of like her inner child and everything. And I just shunned so much from that conversation because whenever it comes to me connecting with like my like my inner child, it's just something that I run away from so much, you know. It's like an instinct. I remember my therapist told me that, like when I'm about to say something like relating, like regarding my life, my past, and everything, I just suddenly forget what I'm about to say. Like my memory shuts down and everything. And she said something like, you created, it's like your brain created, it's like a mechanism that tries to prevent you from, perhaps, like feeling those emotions of overwhelm, the sadness and everything. So it's like a mechanism that prevents me from having access to those kinds of memories. And I think we need to connect with our inner selves. The dreams that we used to have as kids, all those things, I think they matter so much even now. They're not things that you should sleep on. I am an adult now. I don't need people to believe in me. I just want to be the person that if I have a vision, I can do it. Connecting with your, your inner child is one of the best things you can do because right now I realized everything that I'm doing on this YouTube channel is something that like some of the things, these are things that I used to talk about as I was a kid. I want to be a motivational speaker. I want to do this, I want to do that. And right now everything that I'm doing is leading up to those things. And I was so unaware of it. But when I sat down and realized that, wait, some of these things are actually things I've always wanted to do since a child. So you might feel ambitionless, you might be lost, you might be stuck at a job that you don't like, you might be doing things that you don't feel so passionate about. And that's just because I believe that it's because you had so many dreams, but you were made to believe that they're not possible. You were made to believe that it's not possible to achieve those things. And now you've dreamed so much, and every dream of yours has been shut down that you have nothing else to envision. You have nothing else to chase, to pursue. And now it's like you're just living life, going with the flow, and you don't even enjoy it that much.